In this video, we're going to talk about the recently passed Proposition 19 and what this means for Californian real estate owners. My name is Sean, and on this channel, we go over real estate investing tips, strategies, and current events to help you learn more about the business and to help you become a real estate investing boss. If you're interested in learning more about real estate investing, be sure to hit the subscribe button to see more videos just like this one. A couple weeks ago, I made a video about Proposition 19 and how it could be good even though you have to give up some of your rights. If you haven't seen the video yet, go ahead and check it out over here. Proposition 19 allows homeowners over the age of 55 to transfer their low property taxes to their new homes up to 3 times. In the past, seniors were allowed to do this with Proposition 60 and Proposition 90, but they only let you do them one time and only 2 participating counties. So now with Proposition 19, you can do this multiple times anywhere in the state, and you're not limited to only buying something at the same price or lower than your current property. The essence of this proposition is to help these empty nesters who want to move out of their large family homes to move into something that's more suitable to their current needs. So instead of staying in a large 2-story home in a great school district, they can now buy an updated condo in a 55+ community while still keeping their low property taxes with them. So this enables a new family to go in and buy that house to enroll their kids in a great school, while also increasing the funds that that school is going to get via the increased property taxes that the new family will bring. And as a bonus, the surpluses from this new proposition will go towards the new California Fire Response Fund, which would help fund fire suppression, staffing, and full-time station-based personnel. Now you have to give a little to get a little, and the trade-off is that inherited properties are now reassessed when the inheritor gets the property, unless the inheritor moves into the home. This prevents property taxes for investment properties from being frozen in time across generations. And so it's not exactly fighting Prop 13, it's fighting Prop 58 and Prop 193. So how does this all work? It states here that an owner of a primary residence who is over 55 years of age, severely disabled, or a victim of a wildfire or natural disaster may transfer the taxable value of their primary residence to a replacement primary residence located anywhere in the state that is purchased or newly constructed as the person's principal residence within 2 years of the sale of the original primary residence. And if the replacement primary residence is of equal or lesser value than the original primary residence, then the taxable value of the replacement primary residence shall be the taxable value of the original primary residence. That paragraph might have been extremely confusing to you guys, so let's explain it with an example. So imagine you bought your home a long time ago and the current taxable value is only $400,000. But if you sold it today, it could sell for $1 million. Well, if you then bought another property for $1 million or less, then your property tax value would carry over to the next home and you would continue paying taxes as if your property was only worth $400,000. But if the replacement property has a greater value than the property that you sold, then you would have to pay the property taxes on the difference. So for example, imagine the same scenario where your taxable value now is $400,000 and you sold the home for $1 million. If the replacement property is for $1.1 million, then you would have to pay taxes on the extra $100,000 gap. So instead of paying taxes on $400,000, you would now pay taxes on $500,000. And this is really fair because it allows seniors to now buy properties that are more expensive than their current properties as long as they're willing to pay the difference in property taxes. This $500,000 taxable value will continue to grow at the capped 2% per year because of Prop 13. And anyone that wants to transfer the taxable value of their primary residence needs to file an application to the county assessor where the replacement property is located. So let's say you're moving from Santa Clara County to Alameda County, then you would need to talk to the Alameda County assessor and file an application with them. Prop 19 also changes the way that inherited properties keep their taxable values. In the past, heirs could keep the taxable value of the properties that they inherit. So if the property was taxable at $400,000, but it was worth $1 million, then when they inherited the property, they would continue to pay property taxes on the $400,000 valuation. But now the properties get reassessed unless the heir moves into the home as their primary residence. And even there are some limitations. And that's because the property tax value will also increase if the value is larger than $1 million above the current taxable value. So as an example, imagine an heir inherits a property that's worth $1.2 million and the taxable value is for $400,000. Since $1.2 million is less than $1 million plus the $400,000, then it's all good. You continue paying taxes on $400,000. But if the property is assessed at $1.6 million, then the property is worth $200,000 more than the $400K assessed value plus $1 million. Therefore, the heir will need to pay taxes on an additional $200,000. So the total assessed value is going to be $600,000, even though the heir lives on the property themselves. So this $1 million buffer will increase every single year starting from February 16th of 2023 and will increase based on the house price index for California. Parents are allowed to sell their homes to their children for them to get this benefit, but grandparents have to actually pass away in order for their grandchildren to get this benefit. The heir or transferee needs to make this their primary residence within 1 year to take advantage of this tax benefit. And it's extremely important to pay attention to these dates and timelines because if your property gets reassessed, then there's no going back and you're going to be paying those higher property taxes forever. So the important dates to note so that the change for seniors being able to buy anywhere in the state and being able to buy a higher valued property than their current property is starting April 1st of 2021. Before that date, it's safe to assume that the old Prop 60/Prop 90 rules will still apply. And the change to inherited properties is going to start in February 16th of 2021. But be sure to consult with a real estate attorney just to be safe. So what are the pros and cons to the measure? Well, the biggest pro is that it enables seniors to move without the burden of thinking that they only have one chance of moving to another property. They can move up to 3 times and they can move anywhere within the state. And they're also able to buy properties that are a little bit more expensive than their current home. So in the past, seniors were prevented from buying even another house that were just a little bit more expensive than their current property. And they're also limited from moving to places that didn't participate in Prop 90. And the fact that they only got that one shot made them extremely cautious. What if the next home they moved into wasn't their final dream home? What if they want to move again? And it also sucked because if a senior married someone else who had already used their Prop 60/Prop 90 benefit, then this person also didn't get another one. So they basically lost their chance without even being able to use it one time. So this proposition is great for seniors who want the mobility and increases liquidity in the market because it frees up this older home from empty nesters who are able to move out of them because it allows this new family to take advantage of this beautiful home where they can raise their large family and take advantage of the amazing school district. And the cons of this proposition obviously affect real estate investors who own property in California. Unless they live in the home, the inherited properties will be reassessed, meaning that the heirs need to pay higher property taxes. And this really hurts small property owners. So as an example, I had a friend who had a really sweet grandma who owned property in San Francisco. And she was really kind to her tenants and never really raised the rents. And when she passed away, the heirs inherited a rent-controlled property in San Francisco with super below market rents. And if Prop 19 existed back then their property taxes would have increased astronomically because the value of the property has increased a lot. And this may have forced this family to sell this property for below market value because they're unable to hold on to this property. And even inherited properties where the heir lives in the home as their primary residence aren't safe because the $1 million buffer is nice to have, but what if the property value has increased dramatically over time? The $1 million buffer increases every single year with the housing price index, but some parts of California have their prices increase faster than others. For example, property values in the Bay Area increase a lot faster than property values in places like Fresno, but the $1 million buffer increases the same whether you're in the Bay Area or in Fresno. So that means that in the future, that $1 million buffer may not be enough. And even heirs who live in the property will still have to pay a significant increase in their property taxes every single year. As a final thought, there are still some things about this proposition that are still unclear to me at this time. So for example, what happens if you buy or sell before the April 1st date? I'm guessing that it goes back to Prop 60 and Prop 90, but I'm not entirely sure. And what happens if you already took advantage of Prop 60 and Prop 90 in the past? Do you get 3 more chances or do you only get 2 more? I know this video is pretty complicated. This was definitely a lot to go over, and I'm sure there are things that I missed. If you have any comments or questions about this proposition, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. I spent a lot of time researching and reading through this proposition. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification to see more videos just like this one. And one last thing, before you guys go off to try to take advantage of your new Prop 19 benefits, be sure to consult with a real estate attorney to be sure that your plan will work as you expect it to. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.